Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Karosh, joined always by our co-hosts, Danny Vargas
Hoo-ha!
and Danny Jang.
I got the animals, getting the animals.
If you're not familiar with us, we come to each and every week to podcasting services of your choice, from tables and kitty litters of our choice. And we talk about nerdy stuff, comics, games, movies, everything in between. This is, we're also, I'm thinking of everything we do. We do so much. We're a podcast. We're on podcasting services. We're 5-star. Casually mentioned that. We've been 5-star podcast for over 290 episodes.
I can't believe no one's gone in and sniped that.
I dare them. I dare you. Do it. Do it before we hit 300. I dare you. Come at us. But yeah, we talk about nerdy stuff. We're on podcasting services, like I said. But not only that, we're on streaming services. We're on YouTube services. If you're watching us right now, we're podcasting live on Twitch, twitch.tv/theweeklydlc. And if you're watching us on Twitch, you can see that I'm showing the YouTube channel as well, The Weekly DLC. You can find us youtube.com at The Weekly DLC. Is our YouTube channel. We have our short. We have some shorts there that are
the same short every time.
The same shorts all the time. They get views. They get views,
It's
man.
the same.
The number, I mean, it's the banner. I just have like you go to the Weekly DLC page.
And I'm saying the shorts are like the same shot every time.
We're consistent. That's what people look for, you know? It's like wallpaper.
It's true. It's true.
But our thumbnails are different. I'm going to go a little lower. Boom, baby. And that's faster through the browser. That's the other thing I've learned. We're on YouTube. We're on podcasting services. We're on Twitch. Check us out. Join us in the chat. We'll talk about the topics with you. You can be a part of the conversation. You can troll us as we have our conversations. We embrace all of it. That's what we do. This is episode 299. 299 episodes.
Next
what
one.
What was that memory you saw? It was like 5 years ago or 6? That was episode 100. 5 years ago.
Damn. What have we been doing?
Podcast. It's drinking soda.
No, I'm trying to think. That does make sense. Because 52 weeks. 300.
The numbers don't lie.
Instagram's lying to you.
But yeah, this is episode 299. Thank you for joining us.
I remember when we used to do every other week.
What?
It wasn't the weekly DLC. We did every 2 weeks in the beginning.
We did it. We agreed for 2 weeks, and in the first episode, we're like, we could just do next week too, and then we just continued on from that point on.
It was not the weekly DLC.
For like a week.
Not even. The idea was there,
Yeah.
and we never actually executed it.
I just remember we were masters of bladder control back then because our options for bathrooms were limited.
Once the podcast started, we could not go to the restroom after that.
Got into pajamas.
All part of history.
I don't know. Like, it's funny. Throughout the day, I don't have to go to the restroom. But once you think about it, we're like, once there's a stop to where like I can't go to the restroom for a separated time, it becomes the only time you can go.
But on top of that, we also had some good meals there too, and that was an extra fuel for that. We're like, yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. If this isn't, strap in. It's gonna be a fun ride. Episode 299. We're gonna be talking about a few different things today. We come with 3 different topics. We each bring a topic to the table. And this week we're going to be talking about branding. We're going to be talking about big mode activating finally. And we're talking about decisions if and when you get reborn. What they mean, what they don't mean. Who knows? What the mechanics might be. But yeah, those will be our topics when we get to them. But for those familiar, we usually like to have a little bit of a prelude to that. We talk about what we've been up to in the week. And, see what everyone's been up to. So Vargas, what have you been up to this week?
I played Escape from Tarkov, and that game is anxiety inducing, dude. Like I can't, dude. I hoard all the big guns, and I take out just a handgun, and I go out into the world, and I'm just like super scared for my life, just shaking like nonstop, waiting for fucking people to pass by, and then I go fucking scavenge whatever they left behind. But like I'm scared. Every corner is just the guys are just gonna start blasting me, dude. But I played a little bit of that. I can't
On your
like
new GPU?
yeah, I played yeah, everything works well. Like I
That's
didn't
good.
fucking know that I had an old ass graphics card, but yeah, but now that I have these things, I don't have an urge to play the games, dude. I played a little bit of Witcher 3. I
Cyberpunk.
continued what I had, like the save, so I'm pretty far ahead in the game. I don't know how far. I don't know how far to like beat it, but I'm only working on just like the main quests.
Yeah.
But I did like maybe 2 to 3 hours total within like 3 days. And what else? I quit Final Fantasy 11. I like uninstalled it. I got out of the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
phase 2.
So since you guys are on this, I had hit up customer service Blizzard because
Phase 3.
I missed a deal where if you buy the expansion, they give you a free month. Which
Back to
it's
phase
still
2.
it's still there if you buy the most expensive expansion, which is like $90 for like it gives you all this stuff plus a free like character level up and all that stuff and like 30 days of game time. But I was only expecting to buy the cheapest one, which is $40. And then they were offering a free like limited time. You get 30 days free, but I skipped the whole day. It ended on January 2nd, and on January 6th, I sent an email and they replied back like, unfortunately, like you have to buy within the time. I'm like, all right, whatever. Never went back. Never looked back.
Did you not tell? Did you tell him who you were?
Yes.
Who
I
did you
put
tell?
Daniel Vargas.
No, you put Hot Marmalade. They put you with whoever the head of Blizzard is right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's gone through. I'm thinking about because Blue Protocol, but I'm not interested in the game too much because it just looks like Genshin Impact, like another version of Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
I want something like completely different, but I'm thinking about maybe trying to get into it and doing like videos for that essentially.
Okay.
Like either, but more on the on my Cold Marmalade like social media part.
Yeah.
Because I want to stick to all game stuff on that account.
Okay.
Not on my personal one, which I'm doing TikToks every day.
Yeah. Still going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Today sucked.
We have those days.
Not even one fucking view. I mean, not even one like.
You have those days. It's fine.
Sucks.
You bounce back.
Sucks. I quit. No.
I'm telling you, start doing WoW TikToks. Then they'll be like, "Sir, oh, that's the account?
Like
yeah, we'll reinstate you."
Skits like customer service, Blue speaking. Like, and you wear a wig.
Wear a towel. That's how they always do. They just do towels now for wigs on TikTok.
Like the female wig, yeah. But yeah, that and comic manga. That was it.
Okay. Did you ever watch the intro to Chainsaw Man?
No. I skipped every single. I finished Chainsaw Man, really sick, but I skipped.
That's weird to me because like I would watch the intro to something once,
Yeah.
and if I didn't like it, just skip it.
Yeah.
See, I normally do that. I normally like the first few times I watch the intro, but with recently with anime, I've not had the urge to watch anime. Like even with Chainsaw Man, like it was really tough for me to sit through it all and watch it. Even though it's interesting,
Yeah.
I'm trying. I think I said I'm trying to focus on like things that don't require me to be in my room all the time.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get away from that. Things that like require me to go outside more, because I literally just stay home all fucking day, and it's like getting depressing. I'm fucking 35 years old. Like I just stay home all fucking day.
That's beautiful.
So I'm
to me.
trying.
That's
I'm
vacation
trying
to me.
to get out of the house.
Are there any shows where you guys don't skip the intro? I don't skip. Whenever I watch DP, I do not skip that intro.
Daredevil,
Especially
I
if
like
it's
the
on
intro.
Netflix, it even gives me the option. It gives me the option to skip on Netflix.
I liked Breaking Bad's intro. It's
Whoa,
short.
fucking Better Call Saul's is short.
Yeah, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I kind of got sick of Game of Thrones after like a certain point. It was still nice.
You know what? Yeah, Game of Thrones I didn't skip.
But I liked the detail because it was like, okay, cool.
You know what has good ass intros? Atlanta. It's never the same.
Really?
Different
Nice.
music. It's usually like a rap song.
There's an anime that I watched also, which I didn't mention, but it's a reincarnation one. It's one where I read the comic or the manga, but I didn't want to watch the the anime, but I ended up watching it. The thing that they do is every episode has a different intro, and the intro is not like, it's not a different song. It's the same song every time, but it's like literally a cutscene of the episode. Like it shows like the intro to that episode. So it's no sound, just like the song going, and it just shows like the main character moving through like the city. So it's showing you the city that he's like, experiencing, through the town, through like all these different things. So it's all that, it's always that. And so I feel like you get information by watching the intro.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other shows. One Piece I like because occasionally they'll do a new intro, and I just noticed it on the latest stuff that they updated their intro. But I don't skip. I do skip regularly.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And Evangelion.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Jane, what have you been up to?
Sleep. So
Sleep.
Not streaming. I realized not streaming.
New genre is streaming.
Yeah, sleep streams. Not streaming as much. I realized I have so much free time, dude. It's crazy. I've been getting more sleep, more free time. I've been making reaction videos, but I am juggling way too many shows.
How many are you juggling?
Like 4.
Okay.
And the way my schedule's set up is like Tuesday, Thursdays, and it's hard on the weekend. I want to do one reaction video on the weekend, but it's very difficult for me. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try to do one. But these fucking shows have 16 episodes.
That's a lot.
So when you get through this, just stick to fucking 2 shows.
Well, I want to diversify. That's the reason why I noticed there's different audiences when it comes to different shows.
Like, what's an example of that?
Like I'm watching Crash Landing on You. That's more like
Drama?
a chick show.
Okay.
So it's a different set of viewers. For sure, I can tell just by the comments, I can tell it's different set of viewers. So I want to diversify. I mean, I want to diversify into American shows, but I don't have that audience yet.
So I have a question. If you were to ever, like you've mentioned Train to Busan, if you were to react to that, would you have it as one video? Or would you break it?
I'll split that to 2.
2.
Like a movie,
Okay.
well, I would do 2.
Okay.
But I'm thinking...
Because I feel like I wonder what the load would be. I know right now you're doing shows mostly, and it's 16 episodes. But I wonder what would happen if you had like one show and you just did a bunch of movies. The time commitment might be less, but you get more videos out of it. Maybe?
I'm going to add one more show. It's an American. I'm always experimenting.
Better call Saul.
So I added a show called First Love. This is a Japanese show.
I remember you mentioned that.
I think I made a mistake because the viewership isn't as much, and I'm like, okay, it's okay. I'm gonna test things. So I'm gonna test something that's coming out this week.
What is it?
It's an American show.
Game of Thrones.
Service?
American Gods.
HBO.
Oh, Last of Us.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna so I want to test it out
Comes
because I know my Game of Thrones did well.
Comes out Thursday?
Comes out Sunday, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna do The Last of Us.
Okay.
We're gonna test things out. I still trip out that some of my Breaking Bad videos have like 4,000 views, and it's just a dark room. Arnold Schwarzenegger, True Lies, turn around slow. But yeah, so I'm gonna test it out. We'll see how it goes. I mean, my Severance did well, which is kind of crazy. It's not like a lot, but it's more than I thought. So you gotta
still
test
gotta
it out.
finish
And
that.
that was like Severance after the wave.
Yeah.
That wasn't Severance during.
Well,
So it's all about timing. I'm gonna do The Last of Us. Edit that shit as fast as possible and release
that
it.
night. Nice.
Reborn Rich. We'll talk about
The topic later.
the topic, but it's good. Oh man, dude, so I don't know. It's originally a Korean like manhwa, but I don't know if the manhwa had as much detail as the show, but the show put some fucking they did their research, man, because the guy was talking about like, so in Korean history, South Korean history, they actually the country went bankrupt in the 90s. They talk about that. So the kid, he knows that's coming up, the bankruptcy. So he converts his money into dollars.
Okay.
And then he invests into this company. And the guy's like, why'd you invest in this website? They sell books. And I was like, oh, it's Amazon. And then he's like, it's called Kadabra. And I was like, what? Amazon was called Kadabra in the very beginning. I was like, holy shit, the fucking research that they put. And yeah, he invested in Amazon and made more money. But I don't know what his motive is. I don't know if he wants to fuck over the company or he's just trying to get rich. But
I think he's trying to become someone within the company so he can take over.
Succession.
yeah.
Which is like a slap to the,
But
the,
he's like, logically, it makes no sense for him.
to take over.
He's so in the bottom. It's like,
Right, but like within the family, he's making like waves. Like he's changing everything up, and people are like, maybe he should be the one. And
it's like the royal family, like who gets to be king. Like
Right.
he'd be in the very
right. So imagine what an upset it would be if he does become.
Yeah.
See, my thought is, in terms of as a storyteller thing, I could see it going where he rises up and takes them out. I could also see it be where he proves everything. Like he has all the qualifications, but just by pure standing, they're like, no, we're not gonna give it to you because this is how we operate. This is how the rich operate.
This is how we do.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Cool.
But I think I'm gonna try to stream 2 days a week. It's like more like a 1 day a
Just
week.
nap stream.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I get more viewers. That way.
Put on your screen the commands so that people can do all that
to
shit.
wake me up.
And then
Make
when
it a
you-
donation.
channel points. Oh my!
So I was watching like
Have you ever
I
had
think some kid in the Philippines, but it's like a sleep stream.
Yeah.
It's like dude, and he like dances like when music comes. You're like, oh.
You should do all the free ones. They're like whisper sounds,
Yeah.
and then like as you pay more, it gets louder and louder. And louder.
bruh. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll see. I have to make it work. I mean,
Okay.
if I do a sleep stream, fuck. But I think I'm gonna change games. I'm at a point where
to Metal Gear Solid or from away from Metal
away
Gear?
from Metal Gear.
Ah.
I think I'm gonna. It's all about experimentation. I'm gonna play a JRPG, which in my opinion, not streamable.
Pokemon.
No, like it'll kill my stream. But how can you kill something that's already dead?
Is it a game that was alive before?
Wow.
Final Fantasy 9.
I was gonna say, the fuck is it called? I already forgot the name of it.
Xenoblade.
No, the classic one that he loves so much.
Chrono Trigger.
Yes,
Ooh, that's hard because
it's cheap on Steam.
yeah, that's true. I could buy it on Steam. I don't.
But yeah, just do 9.
I almost streamed Mario RPG. There was a lot of games I was juggling.
I heard from a famous person that Mario's dead game.
Well, it's Mario 64. Mario 69 is not a dead game. I watched
Oh, the movie.
Megan.
Wait, like in theaters?
Yeah.
Like you actually went to
He
theaters?
goes to theaters all the
Dude, I watched more movies than you did last
Yeah?
year. Shit.
No, I meant specifically for this movie. You went to theaters to watch?
What enticed you?
the reviews.
Oh, okay.
And
It was trash.
yeah, the
7.
reviews and
7 out of 10.
a lot. It broke the box. It didn't hit number one, but
Okay.
it
Puss in
12
Boots.
million and it made 40 million.
Nice.
Cost 12 million, and surprisingly, that fucking movie is funny. I
Nice.
was like I was like, especially like they mess with the fake wig. There's a scene that happens. I was like, I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but the wig looks so fucking fake. I was like, holy shit! People were laughing. I was like, oh, what the hell? But that
Does
movie
it have Chucky vibes? Because I know it parallels it. It's like it's a doll come to life, but I feel like it's different. But is the humor in that vein? Or is it something altogether different?
it's different.
Okay.
It's like, dude, it's hard to explain. Like that thing is like a musical. It's weird. There's a lot of musical numbers. It's like, what the fuck?
But Megan like actually murders people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I mean, it doesn't justify it. It's not like she murders people to murders people. She's there to protect the kid.
Oh.
So you mess with the kid, like she's gonna get you. But what was funny is like there's an audience or there's a person in the theater who would always like say something, but it didn't annoy me. It was funny. Like Megan's like, Megan, turn off. Why should I? He's like, oh hell no! Like I was like,
I had someone like that when I saw The Departed, and when the scene happened at the end with the elevator, she said, "What the fuck, bullshit!" I was like, "God damn!"
this person was making remarks, but it was just funny. Like, yeah, but it's interesting because, like, that it's a robot AI and it's perfect. So like, if it's raising your kid, it's like the perfect parent. And they bring up that question. They bring up the question of how much technology should you give a child? And that brings up a question because, dude, if you give it too much technology to a child, it's
they
not
become
good.
reliant.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, it's not fucking good for the kid. So,
I think in some Asian places, they don't give a phone until they're age 13.
yeah.
Well, even their TikTok usage in China is limited.
Well,
We
even
talked about
here,
that.
Yeah. Even the games, the video games.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
but even here, like TikTok becomes restricted if the age is under 13.
I mean, there's ways. I feel like it's more lenient here.
Right,
Like you just
right.
Be like,
it
I am
seems like it's the
18.
same thing, but it's still reliant. And then you can actually like put like parent mode on or whatever, and
Yeah.
change the things yourself on a different app on a different phone.
I mean, I guess that could be another topic next week. Would you have like an AI person help you out? Obviously, not to killing.
You guys know my answer.
Yeah, I know.
I become the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot funnier than I thought. I
Okay.
was like, wow, entertaining.
Would you watch? So speaking of rated movies, if I don't know if Puss in Boots is still in theaters, would you see that in theaters?
I almost watched it with the director.
Really?
America's Cinematheque. I decided not to go, but
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
I had never watched Shrek, so I'm not. I need to watch Shrek.
You don't have to.
I think it's very on its own.
It's like
It's
Xenoblade.
a sequel.
I need to.
Okay.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 9 maybe, or 10, or 6, or Mario RPG, or maybe Fallout 3, maybe New Vegas. I don't know.
Who knows? If
We're-
you don't know, how will anyone know?
We're experimenting, and
Well, I know New Vegas would do really well because a lot of people still love that game.
the YouTube is growing like crazy, so
Nice.
I can't complain. Yes, Twitch is dead to me. It's dead to me.
Nice. Well, for me, Twitch is alive, and I hit affiliate
Dang! Congratulations.
with the help of the millions and millions and millions at home. Yeah, I hit affiliate. When was it? Thursday.
And you keep that, huh? Like even
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Affi-
crazy.
That's
Part-
another topic in itself. Should you lose your status? YouTube, you
No.
lose your status.
Really?
Yeah.
If you don't hit your requirements, you lose your status.
No.
Should
No, I
that-
don't think you should.
I think.
'Cause it
I
just
think.
got-
I think you should. I think.
I feel like it's such a little. I don't know. Yeah, it could be a top. I feel like that could be a top. Partner though, you can lose. Like that. That I read that in Twitch partners, like you, if you don't maintain that level, that goes away.
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
From what the latest stuff I was reading, it was like it gets reviewed.
It's probably because they updated it to where like you're no longer just stuck on Twitch now. You can like record on both or whatever. So maybe they updated it then, but I don't really know.
But yeah, that was a fun accomplishment. Now for me, and it kind of goes into my topic, is like, what do I want to do going forward? How do I want to expand? What do I want to do about like little things and bigger things? Like I'm thinking like short term and long term. So, same as likes to sum it up. Right now, like the thoughts on my head are, I kind of want to. I've been playing XCOM. Or not XCOM. I've been playing Warhammer, which is like Chaos Gate, which is like an XCOM variant.
Right.
And I did one day where I did Pokemon just because I was like, I want to finish the Pokedex on camera. But I have other tactics like games I want to play on stream. I'm like, for now, maybe I kind of play around with the idea of being tactics focused. And then building, and then I'll have like offshoots here and there when something is warranted, like the Pokemon thing, like the Pokedex thing. I'm like, that's a moment. Then I'll put it on screen. But then, so I'm thinking I'm going in that direction because I want to play BattleTech after this. I never finished it. Steam sale, Midnight Suns was on sale, and so I've been interested in that one. And I could probably think of like 3 other ones I want to do. So yeah, I want to do that. And then the other side of it is now that I have access to I want to figure out like what to do with channel points, what I want to do with an emote. Actually, the one I decided, but I need to like figure out how to design is my sub badge. I want it to be something that like, because isn't it something that like you have yours where it's the bonfire and the color changes? I want to have something that I resonate with, and I thought of the idea that I thought of that I think would be cool would be a championship belt, like a wrestling belt, and then as it goes forward, it either changes color or changes belt type. So it's like it could be the U.S. title for 1 month, and then it could turn into the world title.
What people usually do is like bronze, silver, gold, platinum.
Okay, I might just do some variation.
Martial arts color belts, but make them championship belts.
Maybe I might mix in. Yeah, I might play around with the color idea.
What's crazy is submitting badges or emotes. There used to be a review process. Now there isn't.
It said there was.
There isn't.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
But it used to be like, yet someone physically looked at the badge and be like, "It's okay." Now you can just.
Now they just have Megan look at it.
Now it's just like instant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. But yeah, I want to figure out. I don't quite understand. So when you first start, do you only get 1 emote?
Yes.
Because it said 1 of 5, and I'm like, wait, does that mean I get to fill 5 slots? Or
It's different because.
And there was an animated slot as well as a regular slot.
You have more than 1. I don't know how many you have. They changed it. Like I haven't filled up all my slots because they changed it so much.
But I thought also over time
There's a follower. There's a follower emote.
Yeah. So
yeah.
When I had it, there was like not requirements, but like I only unlocked 1, and I had to either had to have a certain amount of followers, certain amount of subscribers to keep getting more.
Yeah, people have like a bunch now.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, I want to just figure out one of them for sure. At some point, I want to have of Samus, and I already thought if I can have one, it's not too complicated. I just want to have the one of where she's like in a turtleneck, where she was on you, like of that version of her. But. Yeah, I'm just thinking of those things.
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio. She has a paw. Like.
Yeah. So that, and then the thing that I'm trying to think of ways to just to have it be just what I want the brand to be essentially. And one of the things that came to mind was like I felt like was an engaging aspect was as I was playing that night I got affiliate. And I think I did a little bit before, but I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like this because it felt like engaging was whoever was in the stream that day. And granted, this might become more complex if more people view, but I was like, okay, you get person from today's chat, you get to name the next character in my crew or something like that. But then my cousin fucking on stream got me.
Swallowed these nuts.
Sort of. He was like, what did he say? He was like, oh, someone in chat was asking, what's a game you wish you could forget so you could play again for the first time? Because we were talking about like Nier Automata and some other stuff. And then my cousin's like, oh, dude, yeah, Slaw Bunnies. I would love to replay that. I was like, oh, no. Slaw Bunnies? He's like, Slaw Bunnies nuts? I was like,
got him.
He fucking got me. It was so bad. It was funny, though. I laughed so hard.
You got to be cooking in there, man. You got to be cooking in
there. He's like, I can't trust you ever again. I've trusted issues now. So I'm excited. I'm just having fun with it. I'm like, I want to think of what to do, but I'm mostly like, what would I want to watch? And like some of the things that I'm doing, I'm like, I find this funny. I'm making myself laugh more than anything. But I might tone it down on the coffin.
You're going to the next Twitch event network?
I'm gonna go to TwitchCon. I don't know about the.
I heard the next TwitchCon. It might not be in San Diego.
Not even in
hopefully
SoCal?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. It's in North America, but they don't know where.
Okay, hopefully. DreamHack. Go to DreamHack.
Hopefully Anaheim.
Maybe?
In Long Beach. Bring it back, dude. Yeah. Fuck.
Long Beach Comic Con.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, it'd be weird going from the. Did they use the entire San Diego Convention Center?
No. Or no, San Diego, no. Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know how they go back to Long Beach. I feel like if they came back this way, it'd be the LA Convention
It's
Center.
empty, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's
So
so
maybe
much
they
space.
scale down.
So much space.
But yeah, it's things that are on my head now, and I'm trying to think. And I'm tomorrow on my stream, I'm doing a State of the Union to talk about all of this. I made an announcement. I'm like,
State of Union.
yeah, I'm trying to.
I was like,
wait. I'm making funny
I
ways.
thought you were doing a political like Hassan Anabi did. Hassan Anabi.
Because I wanted.
Wear wigs. Listen here, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
When I did the affiliate thing, I was like, I don't know how much traction it got, but it got a few of my friends to join. Was like, be a part of history tonight, be here. And some of them came, like Beetle came. I think Zach Trapp, he was one of the guys that rated me. And so I was like, oh, I want to think of something funny, but like it makes it sound dramatic. So I was like, tomorrow, we're finally, letting the people know what they've been asking, like State of the Union.
Did you put more the sound, the commands?
That's after tonight. I have to, because I added a few.
You made a list.
I made a few commands.
You got to add the Pornhub. Doom, ding, doom.
I'll add that to the list. I literally just had 5 added, and I figured out how to add them like minutes before I started streaming. And it was just, have you ever had a dream? The whole clip. I added like 4 other sounds. And then during stream, everyone was like, "Oh, you should add this command." And I couldn't figure out how to like have it so people know what my commands are because I didn't do the command list yet. But I just made a notepad. I screenshotted it and I put it above my camera. I was like, if anyone wants to use the commands, they're right here. And then I just had a running note tab of like, what commands should I add, guys? And they were like, do this one, do that one, and it's like this long. I'm like, we'll workshop this, so I'm gonna try adding them. And I'm like, my stream's just going to be commands and then no game.
Sleep stream with just wake up commands.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point he like said bye to every individual viewer. And I'm like, from now on, you have to say it every time.
There's a thing. Oh, fuck. I
I
forgot how to do it. Like
the credits?
Yeah.
I was kind of
it.
interested in that.
I have it, but I rarely use it.
Yeah,
but it's cool because it tells you like who's watching, even lurkers. Like it tells you.
Some people don't want to be called out.
Well, here's the thing. I only knew about commands with you guys and Beetle for voice commands. Yeah. I never knew people put in commands for text-based stuff. And what I mean by that is not like uptime or not like song, but more like 2 people were using lurk, command lurk, to be like, I'm going
Walk
into
away.
lurking mode.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a thing.
I didn't either. I don't know why people would want to know.
People usually do it to like, oh, thanks for the lurk. That's why.
Okay.
It's
I've
weird
never
though.
done it. And
From
then
my understanding is lurkers don't want to be called out. So like I wouldn't put exclamation point lurk.
I feel like the other thing is like
lurkers that are lurking wouldn't even put that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of like I'm watching you, but I'm not like, hey, I'm here, but I'm not. So I'm like, come lurk. So
Like,
I'm
let people
still
know.
here, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, like if I'm busy, like I like hashtag. Okay,
Well, it used to be
So I'd just be like, Vargas, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
And he's like, why isn't he responding?
I mean,
Yeah, you're
Twitch is kind of it's hard now to do this, but what used to be really cool was song requests.
yeah, I remember.
You get troll songs, but it's still cool. It's still cool. I was like, damn.
Guess who's back?
But yeah, there's like certain ones where like they put like exclamation point in settings, and it tells them the settings in the game that they're playing.
I
or
knew those. I
exclamation
knew
point.
the stat ones,
Yeah.
but I never knew like the lurk command. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess some people like having like shout.
Yeah.
The shout out's another one I want to add. But yeah, I just
With
was
the
like,
videos,
huh?
with the clips.
Yeah. Is that through like chatbot or is that something different?
Yeah, I think it's chatbot, right? I've never done it. He's done it.
It's through. I want to say Trigger Fire.
Okay, I'll
I
take
don't
a look.
remember. I don't remember, but I think it's through Trigger Fire. I think it is Trigger Fire.
Okay, I'll take a look. But yeah, it's fun because I'm just like, what do I want to make this into?
What's cool now is like if you do a shout out, like you get alerted. So if you shouted me out on your stream, it's like, oh
you get
Cujo
all-
Prime shouted you out
Nice.
to 29 of his viewers. Like, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, so it was a fun stream. I'm gonna try and keep it like 2 or 3 days a week, and then workshop
Consistency.
it. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, I should do it on the weekend, but I was like, I need to like I have to think of some ideas I want to spend, and I like when I do it. I'm like, okay, then I'll kind of like prep for it and do about like 3 hours on average. That one I did 4 because it just went a little bit longer and people were in. And the reason I thanked everyone was because I was like, I was like, you guys are part of history. So,
But now you got to do it every time. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. So that was fun. And
I
then
think the second important thing is networking.
yeah,
You gotta.
100%.
I think that's super important. But like, I don't. Even when I go to these events, I don't really like. Well, I guess this last.
Well, a lot
one
of
I
those
talked-
people are not in it.
I was just trash talking the
They'll
Soul
remember
Calibur
you
dude.
for another reason. But we can get more into that aspect because it's. I feel like this is all kind of goes into like how you think, what could be successful, what could not really benefit. But aside from that, you mentioned Long Beach Convention Center. I went to what's it called? Anime LA. Despite them not, declining us for a press pass, I wanted to show them what they were losing out on. And it was an interesting convention. The only anime-based convention I've gone to is Anime Expo, and that's huge. And it's like super crowded. This one wasn't as crowded, but it was very anime-y. Like you wish you had maybe a deodorant stick available. There was a lot of street pass energy. And some of the I did they had a card and board game
Did
table
you see
area.
your favorite streamer?
No. I didn't. I didn't think of it. I went actually to support friends of the show, John Breezy and his girlfriend who had a booth, Here Comes the Nerd. She had a booth there, and I was like, oh, yeah, I want to come support, check out what you guys are doing. And I bought a few things and was hanging around, and then we hung out after. It was also John's birthday, so we hung out after the convention.
Big day? Holy crap.
Yeah. They did a lot that week. It was a 4-day convention, which I was like, that takes a lot of energy out of me.
Thursday,
I
Friday,
only went 2
Saturday,
days.
Sunday.
Yeah. Full days. And I learned a lot about like what different vendors get in and out of it and like the logistics and what is okay, what isn't okay. Cause they were very,
AI art.
well, it's like if you're an artist, Sally, if you're selling anything that is not a creation of yours,
Yeah.
that is not okay. They're like, you need to be in another area. You paid for an artist Sally booth. So like the guy nearby was selling some creations he had, but he was also selling graded Pokemon cards. That wasn't allowed because he's an artist Sally.
Oh shit.
He's like, if you're gonna, you have to remove all. And they stood there and they're like, you have to remove all this graded cards
Wow.
if you want to stay in this area. But what was weird was they came on the 3rd day to do that. I was like, it felt weird. Like it's like, oh, well, who cares at that point, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough of that space. But I went 2 days. The first day I kind of just did a lap around the whole place. And it was like any other convention. And I wore that Admiral jacket, the One Piece one, casually. But apparently Saturday was a huge One Piece meetup.
Shit.
And there were people with like the full outfit. And I was like, I want to make that outfit now. But I did like Zenitsu from Demon Slayer?
Oh yeah.
The friend with the yellow?
Yeah.
I did like a swag version of him. I got the cloak, and then I got a bucket hat that was in his cloak style. And I was like, I had my messenger bag. I'm like, they had a maid cafe there that they offered fettuccine alfredo, which was weird. Then there was this is what I was gonna say. There was a card game area, and they had Magic. So I played Magic.
I could just smell it.
It was a small area, and it was it was in the lower stuff. It was bad. But the people there were street pass energy.
You should play one day and then just bust out a bar of soap.
I activate bar soap. So I played and it was okay at first, but then the guy I thought that was gonna be very like awkward nerdy was funny because him and I were waiting for our next matchup, and there were 2 guys that were there playing, and they came together and they played each other. And I'm not bragging on them or anything. It was just like one of them was very anxious, and like they were friends, and they played each other, and one of them lost, and he had a nervous breakdown. He was like, I can't. And then like he was consoling the friend of his was consoling him, and the really nerdy I was like, that's what. I don't know, to me it seemed odd.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't want to I hope he's okay. But then me and the really nerdy guy, we were like looked at each other like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is awkward. And he's like, I don't know either. It was funny because it was just kind of like this like common like confusion.
Yeah.
But I came back Saturday, and I got one of these decks for One Piece because that's a card game that just started in December. But I didn't. I was like, I just wanted to have it, but I'm like, I don't know how to play this game. I don't know anywhere that plays this game. They had a tournament on Saturday
For One Piece.
For One Piece. And I go and I was like, okay, I have a deck and I briefly understand the rules. I've never played a game. Is this comfortable to, like, is this a space where I can be okay? Or is it like, get good, we only want to play people that know how to play? And he's like, we got 4 signups, you're fine. Like,
they're all extreme
like,
pros.
you're the only 4 people that actually bought the game. Like,
so it's apparently, but they sold a shortage, and then it's a super popular game since December. It's already had like 8 different tournaments, like recurringly through this, like, I don't know, 5 weeks or whatever. But I played, the first guy I played, he's like, I've been in those 8 tournaments, and he's already got like an optimized deck. And I'm like, hey, just want to know, I've never played, I kind of know the rules. And he's like, I can tell, he's like, I'm going to win, so yeah, I'll teach you.
dang.
I was like, I don't care. Like, beat the shit out of me. I just wanted to learn how to play this game. That's my win. And he's like, yeah, fine. And his friend was like, you fucking pummeled him. And he's like, I was like, it's fine. I needed to learn. So I play. Then I'm sitting there waiting for the next game. I'm asking him a ton of questions. I play the second game. I win, and it was against a guy who was like kind of average. But
Yeah.
the third game was the friend of the first person, and so
the guy who's like, you're pummeling him.
yeah. So the pro, and then she also had a deck that was like, it looked like high. Like I asked, like she's like, yeah, these are hard to find cards already. Like they're worth like 100 or so.
Damn.
And she's like, oh shit. I'm like, what? She's like, my deck doesn't do well against your type of deck. And I'm like, this is literally the pre-constructed deck. Like, she's like, it's just, okay, yeah, we'll see. I was like, I just want you to know, these were the first 2 games I ever played. So we play, and every turn she's like, huh, interesting. And then she does something, and she's like, I don't know. And I was like, I literally like did 2 things. I'm like, I'm done. 2 things. I'm done.
She's like,
And then
"This is-
it got close. I was like, will I win? I don't think I'll win. Like, no way. And like I was 1 away from winning, and then she beats me. I was like, oh, yes, I expected that. And I'm like, wait, I have a question. I was like, why were you? What was confusing? Like, did I do something high level, or just like there was no rhyme or reason to any of your movements, and it was so confusing that I actually threw me off, and I didn't know how to respond. And I'm like, nice.
Okay.
I was like, cool. Because, like, the character I have is, like, his whole thing is he can, if I have the resources, I can have him do more than, every character can only attack once per turn.
Right.
His character thing is he can attack twice. He can, if you pay, you can have him, and then other cards will let him attack again. I was like, okay. I literally don't care about anything else. I just want to make him so I attack you as many times as possible in a turn. So I just was like, I have a handful of cards, trash them so I could do this. And I was like, I'm done. And she's like, normally you build your board first and then you start doing something like that. You didn't. You just went out the gate. And I was like, okay. Thank you for the lesson. But it was funny. I was like, and so I was like, where do you guys play all these? She's like, oh yeah, we found these. You know, there's locators. I'm like, oh, there is. Like they actually support it. And she's like, yeah. It's like there's a good community active. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna look it up. So I look it up. There's already like a regional tournament at the convention center in the same weekend of the meetup thing. And I'm like, okay. And it's already like, if you register, you have to submit now your deck list, and then when you're there, you have to you know audit it or whatever.
Yeah.
I joined, and it was like capacity 512, and I tried to hit sign. I register, and then I hit sign up, and it's like it's already sold. Like it's full.
It's like
I was
holy shit.
triple R. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, and I email him like, I hit accept on the Facebook event. Does that count for anything? And then I was like trying to play dumb. I was like, eh? And they're like, no, you had to sign up. It's already sold out. But we have side events if you still want to come. I'm like, do I need to sign up for those? She's like, no, it's just like on the day. I'm like, okay. So it was an experience. But I've been, with the Anime LA, I made a bunch of B-roll that I'm going to try and make to like, after DesignerCon, I want to do this for conventions to be like, this is what, at least if they ever are like, what do you do for conventions? I'm like, this is kind of what I can offer. It's like cool, I don't know, montages and stuff. So did that. And then my brother and cousin and I have been playing Valorant and Divinity. And we suck ass at Valorant. We suck so hard to the point where
Are
people...
you guys playing ranked or just
No,
a speed
we're playing
one?
the
quick,
5
yeah.
round. But even there, people were like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They were like, it's the final round, and we bought like one of the low tier guns. We bought a shotgun. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing behind? They like, because they knew we had our mics muted. They're like, what are you, like, you guys are trash. Our own teammates. And I was like, it's fine. But then Divinity, we're playing on the hard difficulty, and what's it called? We finally beat the first act, that beginning thing. Jesus Christ.
So normally for the like last game of Valorant, you normally just waste all the money and buy good guns.
Yeah, you spend everything.
Okay.
Even if it's on because they swap on round 3 on 4. It's a 5 round game. So if you win 4, the first round of the next thing is the win or the game point. So we've been good some games because it just pairs us with other kind of like casual play. Like they're good, but they're not like
amazing.
We played the last time we played, literally one click, we were done. Like some guy just headshots us with the little silencer.
Do you guys, when you pick your characters, just pick whatever you guys want? You need synergy in that game.
So right now, what we've prioritized is characters that we feel we can play with their abilities in a function, like actually use their abilities to some effect. Like my brother tried this character. Who did he try? He tried Sage and he tried the Air Girl. And he's like, I don't know how the fuck to use this Air Girl. I don't know when to do the air bubble to Swift or whatever. He's switched now to the Phoenix. And he was using it offensively, but I was like, hey, I don't think you know. If you stand in the fire, it heals you. And he's like, oh, shit. And he was playing better when he was using him. Obviously, you don't always get the first pick on some
Just
characters.
make sure that he knows the grenade does not heal his teammates.
No, yeah, it's
hurts.
just himself. It's just himself.
It hurts his teammates, by the way.
He's
So.
like, yeah, I said it's just for you.
Because I've seen videos of people like, they throw a grenade at their teammate and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, it doesn't hear you. And it's like, no, it fucking hurts.
So he's been playing better with that one. And then my cousin has finally found his groove with Cypher, the one that puts the mines and shit.
That guy can hold a point by himself.
Yeah. He's not that, but he's using the abilities functionally. He's like, oh shit, our wire went off, so let's go.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't use the ult all the time though. And
that's important.
yeah, it's an important one. I tried Raze because I remember playing Raze a lot, and I tried a new girl that kind of plays aggressively. She's like this Turkish girl that has like wolves and stuff. But if I'm playing well, my best one is Reyna, she throws the eyeball, and if anyone sees it, they're clouded, and she gets rewarded for being aggressive. So if I kill someone, I can heal myself off of their death.
Damn.
So I have to keep killing people to
That's pretty good.
yeah. And I've gone. I almost went flawless one game. I went like 4 kills, and I was like just heal. I got to the 5th one, he fucking got me. I was like, damn. But it's fun. It's been good.
Yeah, learn the headshot flick.
No, learning like
the thing
where to throw nades. That's like the new meta, man. Like you'll plant it somewhere and aim it right here, throw the nade, the fire will hit that nade. It's just like
they both tried the arrow guy, and they don't shoot their radar thing often enough. So that was like part of it. Is like pick a character you kind of get a sense of, and now we're kind of like, what should we do in terms of like planning in a game or whatever. The other thing that they are learning, and they didn't realize how significant it was, and I was like, yeah, dude, don't run and gun. Your aim is so all over the place. It's like either stand or crouch, and you will, and don't even hold to fire, like burst fire, like changes how accurate you are by a long shot. But it's fun. It's like when we don't want to spend like hours playing Divinity, we're like, let's just do a few quick rounds of Valorant, and it's like it goes faster. So anyway,
forgot to mention.
Yes,
I almost fucking beat A20 Heart, and I can beat the first boss. So there's 3 bosses at the very end.
Yeah.
Second boss, I could beat his first form. I can't beat his second form. And I was like Doctor Strange. Like, using the calculations,
Once
resetting. There's a possibility I can beat this. I've done every fucking possibility. I cannot beat it. And I'm like, I got the god tier fucking cards, god tier fucking relics, and I'm just like, damn, that was the best I've ever done. And yeah, that game's
But that's
garbage.
progress. Damn. All right. Well, you guys want to get into topics?
Let's do it.
We're starting with mine. So, kind of in the vein of branding, I wanted to just get your guys' perspectives and opinions on, like, what do you think goes into, and we can use the example of, like, a content creator. Like, Jang, you've been seasoned in this. We've done the podcast in a vein, and then we've all kind of pursued our own individuals stuff. Like, what do you think it takes to do it successfully? What are pitfalls that are common, like, people think is a successful method or something that you're like, no, that doesn't pan out the way you think? Like, I just kind of want to make it like an informational, like, what do you guys think?
I think for one thing is you can't be too generalized. You'd have to pick a specific thing and stay with it.
You're more successful to be focused.
Yeah, if you focus on something specific. So if, like, with your streaming, more like towards those real-time strategy games, RTS games.
Tactical.
If that's what you're if that's what you're sticking with, kind of stay in that genre. And then occasionally you can break out, but, like, you want to stick with that.
You want to be known for something.
Yeah, because those, and then you can break out eventually. But I don't think it's like, it's not like a way to, like, get rich, or not get rich quick, but, like, get well known quick. It's still gonna take effort. Like, you're still gonna slowly build that niche up and stuff. And then another thing would be, like, Twitch itself does not have an algorithm.
Right.
So this is something I've been thinking of myself too, is, like, I need to make YouTube videos, because YouTube has a good way to get found. Like,
YouTube and TikTok.
YouTube helps push your content out to specific people, and then it grows that way. And then Twitch as well, or TikTok as well.
Yeah.
That's another way. But, like, with TikTok, I mean, I have two accounts. One that I don't use for the cold marmalade, and then one that's, like, my personal account. And I'm just posting random shit on my personal account. Like,
see, that's where I think for a place where algorithms are stronger, I feel like the focus amplifies it is what my...
Because you see that, like, the guy who got famous for doing the like the food reviews, he did one. The biggest one he did was the Chipotle quesadilla. He stuck to that. He stuck to food reviews. He kept doing different food reviews, and now he's known as, like, a food reviewer that people want to follow.
That's true. Do you have any thoughts, Shane?
This is all from my experience.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's okay to diversify in the beginning. But once you hit that niche, like, you can't stray away from it, because going back to me, well, it's different. So it depends on the app, the platform. So in terms of Twitch, I think you have to, if you get a certain niche, you have to stick with that game and keep on growing with that game before moving on to another game. Or it could be a similar game. So, like, when I was streaming, the Grand Theft Auto, the Rockstar games were doing it for me. And I messed up by going to other. I mean,
it becomes mind-numbing, though.
You see it happen to other streamers, like CD in the Third. He can play whatever he wants, but his viewership has dropped.
Yeah.
And that's the same. That happened to me in a smaller scale. So you got to just stick with that one game and just fucking grow it and grow it and grow it big enough. And then at that point, you can, this is for Twitch, you can switch games. I made the mistake of growing it, and I moved over to a totally different platform, Twitch, without advertising a Discord. And I lost a lot of viewers. And people still fucking I haven't streamed a Rockstar game in like 5 years. People still message me asking me to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's like, dude, like that's the old me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a while ago.
yeah. I mean, I'm down to play it, but
Well, let me ask this then before, I guess, because success can mean a lot of different things. What for you guys has been like, if you were to look at someone that you want to be like, that exists, that is currently succeeding or has succeeded already, like what are you striving to be a certain type of content creator that someone can be like, okay, I can picture that, or are you just trying to navigate it on your own and be like, I want to find success on the way?
Yeah, I'm doing
More of
that
that.
essentially, but I mean, I'm not like really doing anything. I'm not like creating content right now, but
But if you were to say you wanted to work towards something, what would be an
but
end goal that is
nothing,
like,
it's nothing
what
specific.
does the
I
end
want to
goal
be
look like?
closer to the way Soda Poppin is, but he's a multi-variety streamer. Like he streams indie games, every different game, but like you can even tell he gets like bored of the games he's playing. Like he's just bored out of his mind. So sometimes he like just cusses on stream because he's just like he hates this game, but he's like allotted a specific time to play it, like an hour and a half or something like that. So he has to stay to that game even if it sucks so much.
just to add on to Soda Poppin, I feel bad for him because I think he's seen every fucking meme ever possible in the universe. He's seen so many memes that I think are cool. Like it doesn't phase him because
he's
he's seen,
desensitized to all
Yeah.
of it.
yeah, he's just because he does the shit show Saturdays.
Yeah.
He does that. And he's
What is
seen,
that?
So you donate money to show videos or
But
memes.
for a specific time. So more money you give, the
Yeah.
more of the
Yeah.
clip you show.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's seen and you see him not impressed. Like a thing I think is funny, he's just like, okay.
Is that similar to? I know for a while Markiplier did it, where it's like try not to laugh.
Yeah,
and it was
so-
just
something like that. But he's
different
not.
people.
It's not his point. Like he's playing a game,
right. He's not trying to laugh,
and he
He's
just has
like,
people. He allows like normally this doesn't have like he doesn't have this type of donation available. Like
Okay.
they can just donate, but he doesn't show the clip. But in this one, they would donate, link a clip, and the donation varies by how much of the video show.
I get that then.
And
That's
it,
like an
it gets
incentive.
backed up. Like he gets like. It gets backed up like an hour or more. So sometimes he has to turn it off to let
Yeah.
it catch up, and then he turns it back on again. But the thing is, so he's a multi-variety streamer. Like he doesn't, there's no niche to him or anything like that. But that's what I want to do. But I feel like I'd have to use. I think it'd be fine to go variety. It'd be a lot more tougher, but I'd have to really use YouTube to my advantage because I would make clips, like funny ass clips,
Yeah.
and then put that on TikTok.
Well, I
promote
understand that.
that
I just
video.
kind of want to get a sense before, like, so that's what you kind of you're imagining something like a variety
Yeah.
soda pop and style. What is your like?
I don't want to be on the top. Like those
What
top,
do you want to be?
those
then?
top guys are making millions.
Yeah.
If I can make even less than what I make now,
Just
Because you
avoid.
mentioned in past, like, in a way, like elements, not all of, but elements of XQC, like just being able to watch stuff, and like that's one thing that resonated with me of like what you wanted recently. But is that all? Is there other aspects to that?
yeah, I read a really good tweet and it was talking about Twitch streamers, and it said something like, if you are only making video game streams and not thinking about making like overall content entertaining streams, content creation is not for you. And I was like, he's kind of right. Like you want to entertain, you don't want to just do video games. I mean, it's good.
I feel like like you said before, some people are like you watch them because of how good they are at a game, and that's where I think you're looking for a video game. But I think by and large there's only so many top tier players in the world, so I feel like a lot of other people go for the entertainment, and that's where it's that perspective more so, right?
Yeah. I mean, someone like he doesn't do it anymore. Like KSI or like a PewDiePie or Markiplier. It isn't just games. It's just entertaining videos like skits and
Yeah.
IRL streams, maybe reviews.
Yeah, I kind of like with what I was thinking. I'm like, I kind of want to have a North Star to work towards of like, okay, and in different ways. I wrote down a few, and I wanted to like share what I thought of some of them. Like, when you're talking about XQC, I think in the vein that you mentioned, I think of Maximilian, dude. Mm-hmm. He's he's in the gaming world, like much like how we are in like this space, and we're always talking about the latest this, even though we're not like of a certain genre fan or like we're only on like surface level, we're familiar with it, we talk about it, and that's what I think he always shares an opinion on. So I like that. Then in terms of humor and in a bit of community, I think of like S-Fan. I love like how he does it, where it's like I haven't seen anyone else have this. When I was watching him in the past, he always would start his stream with a Reddit. He's like, let's go to my subreddit and let's look at like what you guys have been doing. And it's like take a few moments to like look at it, and it's like
I think PewDiePie started that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I saw it with him, so. And then I think of like a few people. Annika, I like the way her community is. Like how she has like her Discord just feels like they thrive and she just jumps in. I'm like, however you establish that is like props to you. And then the other two that I think of community, I think of Kind of Funny, obviously, but they're like a crew. Like we've talked about that. And then Trihex. Because of like, he's like, I feel like a little bit of everything in terms of he's very skilled at some things. And that's where I think he started the speedruns. But then he's become like, let's talk about politics. Let's talk about.
I forgot to add about Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
The Snowbike Mike.
Yeah.
He's never tried eggs.
Apparently.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's one of the newer guys in the group. And like, they were like, he's never had eggs before.
And so
Why start now? Fucking
so
egg
there was
shortage, dude.
There was like a content thing where they made him try different types of eggs cooked differently. I was like, oh.
Did he have a favorite?
I didn't watch
No,
it.
the breakfast burrito was like, oh, this shit is good. He's like, oh man, this is so good. Like,
Wow, yeah.
I feel like at some point, like, if he goes to McDonald's, he's
you
gonna get
should,
something with an egg. If
make
he,
a TikTok. I've never had eggs before.
But like regarding TikTok, there's a guy that comes on my up on my TikTok feed, my For You page, where he drives a car. It's a game. He has a song playing. He sings really terribly along with the song, and he's just swerving to dodge cars, and it usually ends with him crashing into a car. But he's getting up there. Yeah, he's getting up there, and it's just always this
Chris
like
Brown.
the same
It's
thing.
you
Yeah.
and me moving to the speed of light.
Yeah, and he's
going
like
to
dodging
eternity.
fucking car, and it's not even bad traffic. It's just like he goes really fast and doesn't stop. So he's just like, man, but he's super chill. So like his voice sounds like he's super calm, but like his actions look like he's fucking trying to dodge fucking traffic left and right. And that's blown up to the point that there's like another TikTok that started popping up, and he plays Call of Duty. There's scenes on my For You page where he's doing the whole driving thing. He has a stick. He gets in the car in Call of Duty and he starts driving that way. So he's trying to take that niche.
Also in this vein, like my question is like, when someone asks, like if you get asked by friends or by colleagues or whoever, like, hey, what is the last boss? Who is like, what do I get if I watch the last boss? What am I to see? Like, does that for you ever be like, I have a clear idea of what that is?
No,
yeah?
no idea.
I said it at the Twitch LA event.
What did you say? This last one?
You get Mr. Bean, mix it with a little Eric Andre, mix it with a little Adult Swim. You get some sleep streams.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I think that's something I'm trying to have a focused idea of, like, what do I want it to be without, and this is, I think, what you've experimented with is like things that you think might be successful or not successful, but are also genuine to you. Yeah. It's like, you don't want to force something. Yes. Like you've mentioned that too. Yeah. Like you don't want to push charisma if you're not feeling it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, I don't want to ever
can't
like
be that. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to our new YouTube plays.
I mean, it could work, but like.
But if that's you, if it isn't, then I don't.
Yeah, I feel like you lose it faster. Like you can do that for like a month, 2 months straight, but then like at some point you'd have a day where like you just aren't having it, but you have a schedule to stream, so you're gonna stream without that energy.
So far to me is like I just want it. Like I'm like, if I can laugh at what, like that's my metric as far as like if I'm having a good time, then I'm hoping that's what it's drawing. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to ever make it where I'm not having a good time.
It's like, I'm very different from all the other reaction videos. People, I mean, I think there's an audience for people who like that, but a lot of people say, damn, I really like how you don't overreact. I was like, I'm just acting. I'm just reacting normally. That's how I mean, I'm more vocal. I when I normally see TV shows, I don't go,
You're
oh
not.
shit.
Yeah. You're vocalizing it.
Yeah.
I feel like though that's like a streaming thing. Like whatever internal thoughts you're having, you have to vocalize it so people know.
And I noticed that I was doing that a lot more when I was like streaming like on a regular basis.
When I first tried it, that was the thing. I was like, I have to actually like have
Yeah.
vocal thoughts, like outward thoughts. It's not that they're different thoughts. It's like I just need to like vocalize it. So, yeah, I was just kind of curious about some of the stuff. Is there anything you guys think else like you can think is that goes into or that is a challenge that most people underestimate?
So
I think
I think you have a good thing where like you show a lot of like when you kill an enemy, you always have the emote thing that you show.
The
or whatever.
coffin.
Yeah, the coffin thing. Like
I have the African coffin.
Personally, I don't find that enjoyable. Like it gets annoying at
My
some
brother
point.
says like,
But the thing is, like it's not like that is like charisma that you bring to the table. Like he does tell you to tone it down. You could listen to him if you want, but like that's something that you're doing different than other people. Like other people don't have it that often, you know?
Right, but I feel like I don't want to lose it because I like it. I agree,
Right.
but I want it to feel. I want everything to feel special.
Right.
So that's where I'm like, I want to hold on to this. I want everyone when they see it to feel what I feel. I feel it on every kill, but maybe the bigger moments make them feel bigger by
Like
doing
kill
it.
the bigger enemies
Yeah,
essentially.
or something
doing
like that. I'm like, I don't want to lose it, but I also want to tweak it. Like that's the kind of the thought I have with that. But it's feedback too. It's like, well, I want to make it. I still have a good time regardless, but it's like I don't feel like I'm losing there. I'm like I need to tweak some things. The other thing was like I was doing these commands. I'm like I kind of like the idea of giving that agency to the viewer of like with the chat commands. I'm like that's where I thought of. I was looking into a lot of ideas that you guys have done and other people have done of like how do you incentivize people to use your channel points to do random other things. Like I remember for a while Beetle was doing what was it called? It was like the raid battle things where it's like these little
Stream Raiders?
Stream Raiders, that's what it was. Every time I did a Google search for raid, it was like raid, the Shadow Legends.
Shadow Realms.
I mean, he stopped doing it because no one would participate.
Yeah.
And he'd ask me to participate. I'm like, dude, I'm on my phone. 99% of the time, I'm working on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't play on my phone.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is understanding that not all your viewers are in the same setup. They're not always at a computer.
Yeah.
I found out that like some of my friends were watching. They just had it on the TV, so they're not like chatting in there. I'm like, oh, you can't chat there, but it's bigger. Whereas other people have it super small, so you have to be mindful of that. But then they can chat more easily.
Right.
These are different. Like same with the YouTube. It's like there was a site someone promoted where it shows your thumbnail in all the different screen sizes of like here's a phone, here's a TV, this is where it would cut off if you wouldn't even see this in like the YouTube algorithm if like you have your marker here or something. And I don't think about that normally. So, do you guys ever look at? I think you mentioned with TikTok. Do you guys ever look at like analytics?
Yes. YouTube.
And how do you interpret them?
I
What do you take out of it?
I've looked at them, but like I don't understand it. Like I haven't looked enough at it to give it an understanding. Like a video would be, I think I looked at the one that did the most, the 500 view video, and I didn't know what I was looking at. It's too many options.
When you've looked at it, Jang, have you ever looked at it, taken away something, and incorporated it and seen a result in a positive direction? You're like, oh, I get drop off at this, or I don't know, these videos track better, so I tweak it, and then you saw the result, and
I'm trying to do something because I have a lot of people that are not sub to me. Most of my views are not people who are sub to me.
okay.
But I do have. I'm actually very grateful that half of my subs return.
Okay.
Like I get 1,100 people that actually come back to my videos, but the majority of my viewers are like, I'm trying to convert them into viewers, and I do the whole like, comment, subscribe.
Okay.
I do the whole spiel
At the
I have
beginning or
links
end?
At the end.
Do you ever see? Because I think YouTube does this. Do you see when viewers drop?
Mm-hmm.
Do they go through the whole? Do you think if this is? I'm not even saying as a suggestion. I'm just wondering. I'm like, if the viewers aren't seeing it, maybe then the call is at the front or something.
Maybe.
Because
Maybe
that's the
I'll
thing
go.
is the drop off.
Maybe.
At least with the podcast, I see. I mean, I know going in, I'm like, it's a long video, so I'm like, I expect drop off, and it's
Yeah.
very early. So I'm like, what I think for the podcast, I'm like, while the podcast is there for those that really like our stuff and know us, that's what it's there for. The shorts are better traction because it's like bite size. And then my brother was suggesting this. I'm like, that's true. He's like, I never watch any of these Tom Segura podcasts. All I watch are the 6-minute
That's
clips
true.
of one segment.
That's
so he's
true.
like, while there are shorts,
Even
which
the
are the
TikTok.
even the TikTok. While there are like shorts, which are like 30 seconds, the 7-minute clips are still good too. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yep.
So make clips.
Yeah, even like
But
those.
yeah,
forms.
this
What do
one,
you say?
this is my Billie Eilish. It's a whole song of Billie Eilish made, and 2% listen to the whole fucking thing. It starts dropping off immediately at 1 second. It
How
says
long is the
1
video?
second in. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is on TikTok, so that's a very long video.
Yeah.
So 1 second in, 83% of the people are listening to it. But then once you get to like 50 seconds, 12% of the people listen to it. Yet it still got the most likes. It got 85 likes.
People just like see it, like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the other thing with TikTok is like, oh, they want to see more of this type of
Yeah.
stuff. So they're like, I want, like, yes.
So like
Send me towards
80% of my views came from For You page, it
Okay.
says. But then like you look at another video that I did, go to more data. See, this one has a better retention rate because it was a
Was it
shorter clip.
shorter?
It was a 19
What was it about?
second clip. This was the Failings house, the streamer house.
Okay.
So I was just saying, like in the video, I'm just saying how cool it was and showing different parts of the setups and stuff. And 5 seconds in, already 50% of people
Well, I
left.
feel like with that one, there's also a curiosity. It's like,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
else am I going to see?
But then I'm trying to create engagement. So some of my videos are asking questions, and I do get more engagement, but it gets almost less likes, pretty much. One of them I tried doing was I tried making a video where I ate an orange with the whole peel on it. But it didn't really become a thing. Like, nobody really cared. They're just like, whatever. But yeah, see, like this one, 19-second clip, but like retention rate at the very bottom is around 30%, so it's pretty good. This one I asked questions. So even though 229 people watched it, it retained more of the people.
Okay.
So this one did a lot better, even though it didn't get many likes, 6 likes.
It's interesting stuff. I was just curious. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
People are probably wondering advice. What I would say is, well, it depends on what you want to make. Like,
Identify that.
yeah.
Identify what you want to do.
What I personally think does well, it's easy. Vargas won't agree with me. Pranks, reaction videos, tips and tricks. Dude, my tips and tricks are like still my Messenger and Celeste still get so many fucking views, dude. Resident Evil 7 too. And it's just like, holy shit. Like, if you wanted to go into game content, I don't stream.
How-tos?
I would really not recommend streaming. Build an audience. Once you have an audience, then you can start streaming. Do TikTok. TikTok is probably the best, like, algorithm wise.
Yeah. What I've heard some people do as a strategy is because they understand, they kind of have the mindset going into it of like Twitch not really being a beneficial thing. They use the time on Twitch to get long footage, and then they piece that up to do the footage that you're talking about out of that, and then that's their primary thing. So then they do their how-tos, but they have that as B-roll, like whatever.
Do tips and tricks, man.
Or yeah.
It's you don't understand. That shit's still getting me money, dude. Holy shit. Still climbing, dude. Like,
Well, this is something I think you more than either of us have is how do you feel or what are your thoughts on like community type things? Like getting community engagement. You tried to watch alongs, you have a Discord. Like how has that journey or been? Like do you put a lot of stock into it, invest in energy and resources in there, or it's just more like it's there and
I should have put more stock into it when I was really big.
What advice would you have then in terms of like
build a Discord, advertise the shit out of it.
Do you do anything that's just you and your community? Like, I know some people do it where it's like, what is it? Like Perception Studios is a streaming group. They do like D&D based stuff. They'll stream the D&D session, but then they close their stream and then they have like a private stream on Discord or something where it's like, all right, we're going to talk about what we were thinking out of character for that session. And that'll be streamed only to their loyal fans. And like you have to like sub or do something to get into. So I'm like, does that ever, what kind of thoughts go through your head of like,
I mean, the most
community stuff?
The most popping part of my Discord is Wordle. People doing Wordle. But
is there things you'd want to do, like besides what you're currently doing?
I do want to do watch-alongs.
Yeah, you've done a few. Have they?
Well, I've never. I think I did one,
Oh.
or tried to do one, and Sandman had that shit blocked.
Oh,
But
right.
I've never done a watch-along.
Okay. I can't. Oh, good.
Because I do want to do community stuff, but not watch-alongs, but
Yeah. What would you?
it'd be like in the niche thing. So like something that I'm planning, but I don't really talk about it, was like the Blue Protocol thing.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to start with Blue Protocol, build tips and tricks on YouTube. Well, like it'll be like regular streams cut into like the funniest parts, and then also do tips and tricks. All this on YouTube. Make super small clips for TikTok, and then in my Discord, I'm gonna cut it down because I think there's a lot of things, a lot of sections I have that are not necessary, and probably have a specific one for just Blue Protocol. And people there can build a community for just that game, so people can find parties, talk about like where the best place to get items are, things like that. And I will try to promote it myself. So I'll promote the Discord through the automatic like shout outs in the chat box, and then it'll have the specific Blue Protocol that I'll tell people like only post on this one for Blue Protocol, and then I myself will be posting constantly on there when I find like a new thing. Like if I search something, it's like, oh dude, you can like manipulate this thing in this way, and I post about it there, and hopefully like that takes off and stuff. So
Okay.
This is dirty, but I'll mention it.
OnlyFans.
Feet.
Choose.
Steal someone else's tips and tricks.
Oh.
People have done it to me. I was the only motherfucker how to catch a coelacanth in Animal Crossing. And my fucking way fucking worked. And then people started making their own version of it. They stole my shit, pretty much. And, I mean, if you can make it better, fuck it. I mean, I'm not saying do that, but people have done it to me.
But then there's
the
a
thing
tarantula one where you just like catch.
Was it a unique method?
It was unique. I was the first motherfucker to do it.
So my question is like if let's say in Mario you figure out, or whatever other game, you figure it out first. I feel like usually after that first walkthrough or guide, there's like whenever I see like a guide on IGN, I'm like, that guide's one of the first ones because they have early access. But then after that, you see 1,000 people copy it. Like, I feel like that seems viable. Like people do that with like, especially I feel like in the generation now, that's become just like a desensitized thing of like TikTok. It's literally incentivizing you to do trends, to do your version of a trend or do your version of a guy, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
It's like do it on your spin of it. That becomes more of the thing. Well, this is relating to AI, which might pique your interest. How do you think you could or someone could utilize ChatGPT or something like ChatGPT to benefit them in an endeavor?
There's already an AI one that you'd have to pay. I don't know how much it is, and I think it's a monthly thing. But the way it works is you give it access to your streams, and it will cut clips for you. It will know when the best time. It will know when like good action scenes happen. Okay. It cuts all that, and it'll make a video for you and multiple clips for you.
That's too smart. Let's go to the free version.
So I think Twitch has a thing where it shows you where people use emotes. So like there's a lot of laugh emotes. Okay. You use that clip.
But with ChatGPT, I think it's a good way to create script. Like if you tell it like I play this game, when is a good time to like, or like what information can I put in my video, and it'll probably tell you like, you know, put a funny clip in this way, talk about this thing, and it can make like a script for you. So then you just have to like stitch that together, essentially the video with the
like
key points it puts.
For me, I would want more specific questions with more specific answers from it. Like I'd be like, not just a general strategy kind of thing, but more of like based on this information, what do you see is the best point of viewership time-wise? Like when should I, based on my existing this data, the table of data, when is the optimal time for me to? What is my peak viewership on time or streaming or whatever?
Yeah, it could help that way too,
like,
but I don't
point
have that
out,
data
like
right
take all this information and just do the mind work for me, so I don't have to do it. Like that kind of thing comes to mind. But because I've seen it, I've tried to do it a few times where I just ask general. I'm like, how can I go from 10 viewers to 50?
Yeah,
and it just gives me very general. It's like, well, start by building a brand, then do this. And I'm like, everyone says, okay, never mind. I want it very specific. It's
but
like,
did you ask it how do I build it for stream?
Yeah, it just says like build a brand. Is very general advice. It's like find a niche.
No, there's
do a
one.
thing.
Show your feet.
It didn't give me that advice.
Your face cam, now feet cam.
Yeah. Feet cam, separate cam. Okay, one more question comes to mind.
Tips and tricks, baby.
Yeah,
Tips and tricks.
that's true.
What's one thing annoying about tips and tricks is people will like, what is it called when? You didn't do it. Like they're like,
yeah.
Like I played. This is how I beat Last of Us in the hardest difficulty.
And then they don't believe
It's like, no, that's not. You're playing on normal. Like, motherfucker, is there a radar?
Yeah.
Like, how is this normal?
Yeah. I think I have one comment, one question. The comment is, I think something that I've learned just through us doing this, and I think you've mentioned a lot you've mentioned it today, Jang, is the experimenting thing. Like, don't wait for the perfect thing to do the first step. It's like, just try. Like, the act of failing gets you to iterate out all the bad to get to that one good. Like,
I still don't know everything. You
know?
I'm still learning, and it's always changing. What the strategy that worked back in the day, 5 years ago.
But you wouldn't know what you knew now without those 50 fails. Like,
the strategy's always changing. Like, what worked 5 years ago doesn't work now. You know. I think that's what Summit said. He was like saying, "Damn, if I were to get into streaming now, what I would do differently." He's like, "I honestly don't know. It's different. It's so different from when I started." Like, so yeah, experimentation.
Or just willingness to be like to
just
fail.
Do it.
Yeah,
just do it.
Don't think, just do. Because I have some friends that were like, I don't like how it. I was like, well, can you let me see so I can get an idea? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, you need to like be okay with a little bit of like messiness or whatever. Like, just get it. Then you just get comfortable. Mm-hmm. I think what's it called? There was a guy that wrote, one of the Rick and Morty writers. He's like, I think it was that or someone else, some script writing. They were like, intentionally write a shitty short story or scene or something. Just don't put go in with the intent to do shit. And that way it gets you to like not put these inhibitions on yourself, and then just like you get comfortable, and then go from that to like something in that vein. I forget exactly. I'm paraphrasing. The question I had was, this is less on like actual content, but as a brand, do you guys ever think of like the not the business side of it, but like what I don't understand a lot. Where do you find a lot of information in your guys' experience for? Like, oh, is this something that is like, oh, this is part of my business? Do I need an LLC for this? Or is this a write-off? Like, how did the taxes, or like any of that stuff, like, that all seems so, like, I don't understand. Like, people are like, well, I bought my PC, so that's a write-off, right? Like, or is it? I don't, like, one of my friends was saying, if it's in your camera screen, like, that can count. Like, if you're wearing something, that can count. I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the percentage of usage of...
But it has to be more than 50%, right? 50 or more?
I forgot.
But like internet usage, like
so
anything. Like I don't know when it stops and starts. Like if it's in your home, then what about my?
I think don't worry about that until you really need to like get an accountant.
Okay.
Like, but I mean, still like
I'm just curious.
All the
it's
revenue that I get,
yeah.
I report that shit. because it's taxable shit.
Yeah. Well, what about, okay, let's take away all the write-off part of it. I know some people, for just their own personal businesses, they create like an LLC type of thing. And then they're like, that's my brand. And then from there, does that come, have you seen anyone, do you know anyone or that does that from a Twitch standpoint? Or from a YouTube standpoint?
I'm sure that like the bigger streamers do it, but they don't like.
But do you guys know anyone? Like that's what
not
I mean, like,
personally,
from a
no,
experience.
no.
Like,
My PayPal is not under my personal name. That's the only thing that I've done, because that people, if they donate to you, they can find your real
get
name.
their
Well, it doesn't even fucking matter because on my YouTube I have my real name. I don't give a fuck anymore.
But yeah, like same thing that I did is like my email. I have a Cole Marmalade email.
Yeah.
And so my Twitch is just linked to all of that. So like there's no link to just me, myself. I mean, they could, but like business wise, it's just all under an entity.
I guess I don't mean it so much from a face standpoint. I mean it more on a business standpoint of like people have like, I have a LCC that is LLC that is Cujo Prime or whatever in corp or whatever. And then they're like, okay, well that's the business. I'm an employee of that business or I'm the owner of that business. And they do that. This is more of like the behind the scenes stuff. I didn't know if anyone that you guys know does that as a content creator, streamer, or whatever.
I don't.
Probably Duty Beard does that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I'm just curious. That was my last question.
It's something that I'd be interested if I were to get bigger, but like I haven't even made like, $100, let alone $600, which is like the minimum taxable amount or whatever. Yeah. So
curious. Cool. That's all I had. Is there anything you guys want to end with on the topic?
I mean, it's just the biggest thing is like it's a little easier if you do niche. It's a lot harder if you do variety. But the biggest thing is don't do only Twitch. Like if you're looking to get big on Twitch, you gotta like expand to like TikTok and YouTube where it has the algorithm.
Utilize everything.
Yeah,
the
utilize
ideal
everything.
situation is to grow so big on TikTok that you can stream on TikTok. Use that to promote.
So my goal this year, I'm addendum. I don't know if I mentioned. I want to get to the 1,000 thing on.
And how close are you?
I'm 250.
You have 250.
250.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, damn, I thought you had 250 left. Like, fuck.
No. I mean,
it starts rolling after that.
It did. Like, it really, like, that's what I was going to tell you when you were saying about your stuff. It's like, once it hit a certain threshold, every day was like,
but you were going into the niche for a while. You were doing the Game Boy,
That was, no, I'm talking about personal.
Oh, shit.
My personal's at 250.
Oh.
I was like, should I go to my game one and do things there? I'm like,
my YouTube was at 20 for the longest. Hit 200 and then just 2,000. Like at the high point of streaming.
It's a thing where like when you get more like views, more impressions, the algorithm will push you more. Essentially,
my average viewer for video is like 300 maybe.
Yeah,
it's the same. It hasn't changed too much. I get like an occasional spike, but I like the frequency of which I get followers is higher now. Not by a lot, but it is higher. To now, I'm like every couple of days, like you got a couple new followers.
Since I started posting, I've had 1 or 2 followers.
Yeah, it was slow for me at the beginning too, unless I like was really aggressive, and I wasn't. So,
but I tried posting two in one day, but the second video the first video that I posted didn't get shot up into the algorithm until much later in the day. Yeah, the first one was getting, or the second video I posted was getting more views than the first one I did. And at some point it was like, this has 200, this has 30.
But where did they both settle? The same?
No, around the same.
That's all that matters.
It was like 250 each.
That one thing I said today, it was like 20,000 views a month.
Yeah.
Is doable if you post, let's say, in this example, 3 videos, each of them gets like 200, that's 600 a day. 600 from each of those videos from those each day, and you do that every day. Granted, that's posting 3 times a day. So like your goal could be different, but they were saying like if 20,000 is not that bad, if you do less, you do something that's more manageable, like you're saying consistently. I think it's the framework that you put.
But I also think like it helps. It makes it easier if I do more of a niche. If I focus on one thing rather than just randomly posting, because like yesterday I went to the swap meet, so today I posted footage that I took at the swap meet, but like it got 0 fucking likes. It's not that it's a bad thing, but like I do want to keep it consistent where like these people are gonna be it's gonna be reliable
What
for them
I
to
th-
come back to my videos and see like a consistent thing.
But I think if you want that, you need you. I don't know what your profile is.
Mhm.
Like, what is the body supposed to be? Is it supposed to just be like every day is something different, or is there something like when you see that with the niches is like this is for a how to, this is for clips, this is for whatever. If you want that, I feel like people they need to if you need to identify, and then they need to understand what is your focus, whatever it is.
Which I plan on doing that for like the cold marmalade one, but for this one, it's just personal. For now, I'm just taking advantage of like when I post every day, I'm learning new things. So like I learned how to add the voice stuff. I learned how to like, at least for now, work the captions better.
No,
It seems I have to cut the video and then finalize it and then add the captions, because if I do it even first, I'll cut the video and like it'll overlap captions and stuff, so it messes up. And I didn't know I did that. So I'm learning things as I post, so I'm doing that for now.
okay.
Don't do it for the money.
No.
Do something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then it'll make it enjoyable.
Well, it's the same. Like, yeah. I feel like you're already doing that thing. The what you're saying not to do, probably for work. You're already doing that for the money, and you're like, you may or may not like it. Everyone like it. I'm just your average Joe. It's like, why are you doing that in your free time now too? It's like you're doubling up on the thing. I just quickly want to go over. You guys need to make some bets in here for the fantasy.
Don't worry.
It's only the beginning.
Slow and steady wins
It's the
the
first
race.
month of the year.
Slow and steady wins. I'm waiting for June.
Okay.
Unless something catches my eye.
Let's talk about something that caught our eye.
You've already took some or what?
I picked two. Dead
Dang.
Space
Damn.
and the guys that made Neo, Wu Long Fallen.
Oh yeah,
Dynasty.
I don't think that's gonna be good, but whatever.
Okay.
That one's, is a bit risky, I think.
We'll see.
I know Hogwarts right now is having a lot of people are protesting it.
Yeah, it's J.K. Rowling's written. So who knows? Anyway, let's talk about
Big Mode.
Big Mode.
So, Big Mode announced their first game that they're publishing, and it's called Animal Well. Now, the thing is, this is only going off of the video that they posted so far. For what I can see for the game, they didn't show very much. There's no fighting in it so far. I think you play as a blob. And so my discussion is like, well, it's an overall discussion, but from what I took from the video is there isn't enough information, and I think it's very dangerous to show a brand new game from a brand new publisher that like just doesn't show enough. It shows what the game feels like what like the atmosphere is gonna be, but I don't know the character that I play as. I don't know the.
Do you know that though with a lot of indie games?
You do. You know who you're gonna play as, like the protagonist. So like when I watched like the what is it, Hades? I know like the clip that I saw, the trailer.
But I would argue there that it's a more narrative experience. This seems more like, what's that game?
Atmospheric.
It's like Metroid-esque, but it's like super 8-bitty. One guy made it. He made a sequel.
Axiom Verge?
Yeah, Axiom Verge. Like, I don't know anything about that character, but I was just like, I understand the tone.
Right.
Like, that was one where I'm like, where was the opposite? I'm not saying that those don't exist. I'm just like, some of them it's like it's more clear. What was the one you played that you platinumed, the puzzle one?
Oh yeah, The Witness.
Yeah, like I'm not saying this answers our question, but it's like that all I got out of it was like I'm doing puzzles.
Right. But like I understood like the narrative. Like I knew that I as a player was going to do the puzzles, but like this one, I don't really know if I'm playing as a blob.
Yeah.
Or if I change different characters. There's the chinchilla that he controlled for a sec, or it seemed like
that
he
was you
controlled
were
it.
interacting with.
He threw like a yo-yo out on the side.
just
But then there's
manipulate.
like no fighting. There's like a whale or something that comes out and it shoots bubbles and water, and he was just trying to like stay on top of the platform.
Looking at that trailer and looking at this trailer, it seems the main thing to get out of it is it's a platformer of some kind, a 2D platformer, and there might be more to it.
But
So I'm just
so I saw it from Ducky's perspective. He's the one who, like, when he showed his big mode thing and he showed just a quick trailer, and I think the trailer he should have showed more detail. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but I think it's dangerous. If I see a game and I don't know what it is, I'm gonna just move on to the next thing. So right now, I don't have any interest in this game.
so that's it for me.
So wait,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna flip it. You see a teaser of a movie. Do you want to watch it?
Well, it depends on what they show in the teaser. If it's interesting to
teasers
me,
usually don't show.
There's just
They're
flashing
very
images.
mysterious.
yeah, but like, so either it's there's things that it already has. So it's either a director that I already know, it's a title that I already know, it's a sequel or something like that.
Dunkey's the producer.
That's right. So I already had interest from the beginning. But then when I saw the thing, I was like, I don't know what this is about. Move on to the next thing.
I feel like every Christopher Nolan movie is exactly what they're doing, but for movies. It's like I don't know what this is about,
But,
I
there's
like
there's an
Oppenheimer.
interest. There's an interest in the scene. Like
No, I don't care whatever it is. I know it's gonna be good.
he showed a bullet and it reversed in time. I'm fucking curious.
But I
But
don't
that's
care. I don't
interesting
care
because
the
we know
sto-
the concept of the bullet and the gun. Like
No, but I don't know I don't know the narrative. I don't know the characters. I
Right.
don't care. I'm just like the imagery was cool,
but you understood
and
that
I
imagery.
knew that the guy was vouching for the reputation of the
Right.
individual. I know Dunkey has an interest in something. He made a mission statement. I'm interested in to see what his first big. For me, all that trailer did was I don't necessarily want to buy this game, but I want to know more about this game. I wasn't like, well, that's it. I don't know where this will go. It was more the other way. I'm like, I want to know more. I don't know enough, but I'm sure there's more information out there, and this trailer shows a lot more.
And
That-
for me, the way that I saw it was like, Dunkey, you had a chance to show me a game, and you showed me I have no clue what this is. And then his video went on to like talk about the
But there's a different
2020,
video. Yeah.
2022
I
things.
mean, that's one way to look at it. I think like teasers are meant to entice.
But also, like, if it was a game that had better graphics, maybe I would have been a little more curious. But like, not to say it's a bad thing. Like, I'm super into indie games, but like the graphics alone did not hold me on this video. So, and I don't know what it is about. And so I lost my interest to it for now, at least.
Okay.
I'm sure like he might come out with like
there's
another
probably
one.
people that think similarly. Like, I'm not saying like that's a non-valid. I'm just saying like that's one perspective. Jenny, how did you think then? Like when you saw that, what did it do to you for you?
I'm interested only because of
It's an indie game.
how Dunkey is. So you know that his videos he sometimes does. I mean, jokingly too, harsh criticism. So the standard is like
Hi.
it's got to be high because for him to select this game and be like, yeah, this would be my first game for my first company. So it has to be good. It has to be.
I feel like there's got to be merit somewhere with it.
Yeah.
It may not do everything 5-star, but I feel like there's something that he's like, this is different.
And I feel like not critics, but I feel like regular users are going to be very critical of this because of Dunkey.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think a lot of times you see a game that it does all the right things for a niche audience, but if you put it in the masses, they're like, what is this kind
The same thing is going to happen with Dr. Disrespect's game because he's very critical of first-person shooters. So users are going to harshly judge his first-person shooter.
Yeah, that's true. I think for me, it's also when I look at it, I'm like, well, I'm guessing based on it being an individual and it being the scale of a game it looks like it is in terms of fidelity, in terms of like what it's all the thing. It doesn't look like it's going to be an MMO RPG. Like I feel like
Right.
certain things you can kind of narrow down. I feel like the barrier for entry is lower. I'm guessing it'll be like not an $80 game. Like that eases my inclination, and I'm sure
like a $14 game.
it could be anywhere from like that seems like in my head that's what I think, but I'm like even if it was like a $20-$30 game, I'm like that'd be high end, but I'm like if like the reviews came in at that point, I'm like okay. Again, like with any game, it's never a guarantee. Like I need to wait until I hear something to understand like some semblance of like bugginess, glitchiness, quality, whatever, to understand at least what I'm expecting. Like I go into a Destiny, I know kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I know that there's a certain things that there would be like, oh, there's some surprises, but I know largely what I'm getting. When I go into a new game, I'm going largely on like discovery and word of mouth, like this, or Baba Is You was one of those where I knew very little, but I was like, I know it's puzzly. I don't know how. Let me try it. It's a cool idea, but like, I don't know what else it's doing. I'm like, okay, what it does in puzzles is really good. See, that's all I'm going for it.
For Baba Is You, I didn't exactly see a teaser trailer, but I saw a trailer that like it told me it's a puzzle game. Okay. I have no clue what this game is.
What did you think of everything he said about the game then?
He just talked about like it's the first big mode thing and he's super excited for it. That's like pretty much it. And then he talked about like how it's like an atmospheric game and how it's like gonna make people feel and stuff. But I was like, I don't know what this game is. It's not a bad thing. Like again, like, I understand that it's more of a teaser, but like I don't know.
Okay.
I think because of like I guess it is the graphics. Like the graphics is not enough to just like hold me down. Like it's not anything specifically amazing so far. He didn't show anything like if he shows like a creature that like fucking protrudes out like more than just the 2D aspect that it's showing, maybe that'd be cool. But he didn't show any of that or anything like that. So I don't know.
I can't judge a game by its graphics because in the same note, Undertale. This is the shittiest looking fucking game in the fucking world. One of the best fucking stories in video game, if not the best.
Well, this makes me think of also that or Hyper Light Drifter, where it's like, I understand that one's a little bit more clear, but just in terms of like the visuals, it's like kind of.
Undertale looks shitty. I'm sorry for people who love Undertale. That shit looks garbage, man. But it's like an amazing ass game, though.
Well, that yeah, of course, this could be an amazing game, but like I don't think Dunkey did it justice by how he showed it. Either he should have showed it a little more in my eyes, or waited longer to have more footage or something like that.
Okay. Was there anything else you wanted? I don't know what else.
Just nothing specifically grabbed me from this trailer.
Okay. I'm curious what it's more of like it caught my interest and. We'll see more, I guess. From what I read online was like it was playable at Summer Games Fest this past year. Danny O'Dwyer was talking about it because he was super critical of Dunkey being a big mode kind of. I think he was one of the ones more critical on him. And he was like, this game, I played it. It's solid. It's like it was already near completion. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that, that he went for something that was pretty developed. And he was wanting and it's good to see him give it a voice because he was like, this is one of my games that I was on. He like linked his thing. He's like, this is one of the games I said was good from Summer Games Fest. So that's the only other thing I saw about it after the trailer or after the Dunkey video. But I think the fact that he put this in front of where is it?
Right. This
video has 1.7 million views. That's a lot of visibility.
The big mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the big mode.
I think he should have done a call to action in that part of the clip.
He did. What?
What was the call to action?
A wish list.
Yeah, he like lingered on the wish list.
No. I meant the call to action would be to like send it to the guy's YouTube or something to see a fuller clip or something.
But you had the trailers are on the.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wish list right there.
I didn't click it.
I know.
I've never done a wish listing.
No,
I've never done it.
I mean, I know it helps.
Well, so I've done it.
For me, I do it so I notify when a sale comes for a game.
I've done the wish list, but because Steam one time was like, you have a chance of getting selected to win everything on your wish list.
You know why I don't do wish lists? Because I don't like playing PC games on my PC.
Damn.
I've said it before.
Gucci, baby.
That's why, I always say, if I could play an indie game on Switch,
you can.
Inscription.
Steam Deck.
Big mode.
Alienware. Cool.
Reborn Rich. Story about a kid who gets killed and he gets reborn. If you had a chance to get reborn, what would you do?
Stocks.
I would tear the shit out of Oklahoma.
Stocks,
I thought you
baby.
were gonna rap like animals and cannibals and Fanimals and animals and Hannibals and Hannibals.
I leave that to Bone Dark.
I'd probably start working out at an earlier age.
I would like. Okay, so I need to ask because we were kind of joking about this before. What we have the prior knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, like
You know what happened.
But not to detail. It's like your own memory. So
I
if
have
you've
the prior
forgotten
knowledge,
stuff.
and I'm going back from the from this point back, like whatever. Okay, man, I feel like it'd be one thing that's weird, and this is a logistical thing. Is am I the mind of an adult in a
Yes.
prepubescent
Yes.
boy's
Yes.
body?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So you have full
Yo,
like
Cindy and I holding hands during lunch.
If you have inner thoughts, those are still there as a baby.
Why is this so small?
Yes. Yes.
No, okay, that aside. I think it'd be the weirdest, like, child genius. It's
That's
like,
true.
You go into grade school, you're like, fucking, I'm a
2 plus 2.
cursive motherfuckers. I got this.
2 + 2 = 4.
But I think I would have one thing I lacked a lot of as a kid was I was very timid and shy and easily bullied, and I think I would not have that as much.
Train.
Not even train. I was just the confidence. I would just be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so my whole life I've had anxiety, but like, because I'm going through the ages not knowing things. But like now that I go back, even though I'm still like, I have anxiety to this day, it's towards adults, like towards people that like I don't know very well. But if I were to be reborn, I wouldn't care what these fucking kids think. Like, I'm older than this shit, even though I'm like physically not. I know what the fuck is going down.
I would have kept all my Pokemon cards.
I still have them, by the way.
Okay.
I still have mine. All of them.
Okay. What does that mean?
I went back in time. Saved them.
Oh, yeah.
One thing is like, not only with stocks, but like I would invest in like companies too, like Uber before it turned to trash, you know, DoorDash.
How much is too much? Like, what's the limit?
I
Because
would.
the thing is with Reborn Rich, so obviously, he's trying to remember what happened to his character, the youngest Greg. But he has every time he tries to, because he studied the guy who made the company. Every time he tries to figure out what happened to him, he doesn't remember. So it's assumed that he gets killed, and I think he gets killed because he's doing all these like fucking plays. People are like, they're starting to notice, like, damn, he's right all the fucking time.
I wouldn't want that. I would want to be like. I feel like one where you don't need to be. So you don't need to send out an example is the GameStop thing. If I was just part of that group that just fucking took off with it, everyone else did. There was a whole group of people that did it. It's just I knew when to do it versus when I actually did it. I was like, okay, I could have really got something out of that. I think singular things like what is the lotto number or what is this, those might be a little bit sketchier. I just pick a few and be like, okay, this is a good one. I feel like betting is probably not a safe thing because I feel like that draws a lot of attention. Betting in terms of gambling, like horse race tournament stuff, not like stocks.
I wouldn't go too crazy, but I want enough to where I like money, the income that I make from these investments is enough to just keep me like at a good level.
This might get weird because it's like kind of like, what changes does it make to the wait? Reborn means it's not the is it?
You go to
back
the
in
past.
time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's you still.
So I think I would try the part I would also be worried
What's funny
about.
in the show, it looks like he's changing time. I don't think he is. I think everything is just
happening.
It still happens?
Yeah, everything is happening.
Well,
as
like
it's
I was
supposed
gonna
to
say, can you stop someone from getting an injury or?
So he tried doing his real mom dies, and he tries to prevent his mom from dying because of something that happened. So he tries to prevent it. She still dies another way. So it's like, he's like,
Okay.
fuck. He's like, what the fuck?
Okay, that answers that then. But I don't know if it would be more of a death thing. It'd just be more like, like going back. I look at like when my grandpa passed, and I'm like, I would like. I think there'd be more moments that I would want to like cherish or spend time with. Like that's more on the sentimental side, but in terms of trying to like benefit, I feel like I would veer like I would also consider changing paths. I'm like, maybe not engineering, maybe something else.
I
Or
would
like occupation change.
when I make PayPal, not like specific, like it's specifically just the account. I would put it under my name, not my dad's fucking name. Because
You would
even
have got the Folio 365.
no, because like nowadays, if I want to legally change my PayPal address's name from my dad's name to mine, it's like so legit now. It's like, okay, you got to give us all this information to get the name changed. I'm like, fuck, dude. I made this PayPal way back when on a whim.
Yeah.
Just put like random information, and now it's so legit that I have to send all this information.
Let's
I'm
make
like,
a cold
fuck it.
marmalade PayPal thing.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah, you gotta make that anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
have
think-
those now, yeah. But
Yeah, I feel like I would.
Honestly, I wouldn't do the job thing. I'd just invest in Apple when it was down, and when it got into that boom, the iPod boom, cash out and put that into like a interest-bearing account, and I'm done.
yeah,
I'm set
something
for
like
life.
that.
I don't have to work.
And then maybe when Bitcoin
Make-
comes
make-
around, buy Bitcoin.
Make content creation.
After that, change careers.
Make content.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't buy a Tesla though.
You don't have to buy a Tesla.
I know, but like when it first came out, I was super interested. But like
Yeah.
now, I like. There's a lot of issues that I wouldn't get a
Twitter.
Tesla over.
I mean, it survived that cliff fucking crash. Did you see that?
No.
What happened?
Tesla, the guy
Steered off.
drove off a cliff and it survived 150.
And
And then one
it
of the
survived. Did he?
everyone minor injuries.
Okay,
And then
wow.
the firefighter that rescued him, he's like, "I'm gonna buy a Tesla because of this."
Damn. Well, it's not that like it has bad things, but like there's the if you were the first adopters of a Tesla, you have unlimited free fast charging.
Okay.
But like I don't know.
But if you get these crazy stocks, you can buy Teslas.
Well, yeah, I can afford it, but like I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a hassle.
Okay.
The problem like right now, it's like if there's specific holidays, if you want to take your Tesla to like fucking drive far, good luck waiting in line for all the fucking fast chargers on the land and stuff like that. So it's like there's a lot of issues.
I feel like one thing that'd be interesting, more recent, is not mentally preparing, but like grocery preparing for 2020 for that chaos.
Toilet paper.
I didn't have an issue. So my
It wasn't
dad
too bad, but
buys like
Yeah.
like the full packs of toilet tissue, and he has like 3 in the back at all time. Even before the pandemic, he has it like on the back. He's like set up to always like if there is a like an apocalyptic event, he's set for like the next 3 months probably, and he always has it that way. He has packages of water all bought up. He has a bunch of tin stuff all saved up.
I feel like because of it for you, it becomes not a repeat in terms of your memory and experiences. It's more of like a continuation because you're just continuing on a fresh track.
Yeah.
I feel like some relationships might not either come or it would be complete. That would be different. Maybe not because not the same thing as like the death thing or injury thing, but I feel like that would be different.
Yeah, there's knowledge of like people that I've met that like
People you wouldn't meet at all.
they said they had interest in me, but like I didn't like, I was oblivious to this, and like then I would be like, depending on the person, I can go a route where we have
Be different.
a romantic relationship or something
Feet pics. That's what I do.
all the time.
All the
Would
time.
have started Twitch earlier. Fuck. Starting soda popping days.
Yeah, fucking Justin TV.
Justin TV. I remember that. Lyric. And just,
PewDiePie never becomes famous. You become famous.
Damn.
don't hire anyone from Fiverr.
You do Let's Plays? Yeah, and it was so funny is like you would start from the very get go. Like the moment that person makes the first video, you just fucking start doing Let's Plays. Like immediately.
Crazy.
You gotta ride the wave before the wave.
See, but that's
goes away.
like at that point I don't know if I'd be interested. Like if I can already like create an investment where like I live
It's
a
too
good
easy.
life, a lavish life, I don't need to do that.
I want to. No, if I could retire, I'd do content creation for fun. Fuck. I enjoy that shit, man.
I feel like there's a point in time, and we see it through like we see it with both Summit and with Soda Poppin'.
Wow.
They're both there's times where they're streaming and they are like They're just not into
That's
it.
like a first world problem to the
It
utmost.
is. But I'm saying like you get to that point. Like
I'd rather be
you've
at that
done
point.
it so much that like.
I'd rather be at that point.
Oh,
than
I'm
do
not
it.
saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying like no matter what, like he's so like on wanting to create content. I feel like at some point you just like you burn yourself out.
Okay, I feel like there's a difference. For me, it's a compare thing of like I could burn myself out and be making millions, or I could burn myself out and be like at my desk in the office. I'd rather be that one.
Okay, yeah.
That's
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Inevitable.
Like
no.
yeah.
You're right that
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying
it
it's
can
inevitable.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I'm just like, I still pick that because at the end of that day, I'd be like, I'm gonna Uber a massage.
I'm gonna cry on my dollar bills.
yeah. This is G Fuel. Oh,
It's crazy because some of those people don't know how lucky or
I think they do, but it becomes
no. There's
like,
some people that don't, man.
yeah.
There's some content creators that don't understand.
They're just
there's the who's the
You see them at VidCon, that's for sure. Like they have no fucking clue, man.
there's a clip where the guy's like, oh yeah, the minimum wage is like 100,000 or whatever, and the guy's
Aiden
like,
Ross.
yeah, Aiden Ross. I think he doesn't realize how good he has it. Like he started making money and he just like lived on that next level from compared to everyone else. So he has like no relationship to like people that like are literally watching him. He just like doesn't understand.
Was the biggest crowd at TwitchCon. Like when because like there was always people, famous streamers walking, but there was this huge crowd. And I'm just like, dang. I was like, who is that? He's like, oh, it's Aiden Ross. I was like, oh shit.
I have no fucking clue who he is, dude.
And he started, so he's like that Twitter thing was, he started off video games and branched off to just chatting. So went from video games to just creating content.
Well, you talking about with investments and content. I think a movie that you mentioned before. What if you did it with another industry? Like, what if you became the one that came up with "Crawling in My Skin" and like music and stuff, or like something in that vein? Does that entice at all, or no? Like, what if you did all of Kanye's songs?
Normally, I wouldn't, because like, it's not just like me writing the actual song and getting it out. Like I have
Movie shows it is.
right, but like,
I'm kidding.
they don't know who I am, so
know.
I have to like start somewhere. But like, there is a niche for that because like we knew someone at Fry's that supposedly ghost wrote movies or songs or something like that.
I don't know.
It was a girl that killed her husband. But yeah, so
What about? Oh, okay. Back to the content side, but not in the bigger way. What if you, knowing trends, started the like every big trend is like, this guy's a genius. He's like, you guys haven't seen nothing yet.
I feel like, I don't know, dude. I feel like certain things happen at that moment. Like it's like luck and like opportunity
The stars
meeting.
align.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
be the Warren Buffett of
Like,
memes.
what if you did what's that one girl, Porch?
Bella Porch.
Bella Porch, her TikToks are just like, like if you did that before she did.
It'd be different though.
Yeah, it would. It'd be better.
No, I
It's
wouldn't.
like what you're saying with the tips and tricks. You would do it, and then you would do it better.
I wouldn't do it better.
Tips and tricks for life.
I wouldn't do it better.
All right, fair. Cool. And was there anything else you'd do? Would you play Slay the Spire?
Never get into it in the first
Hopefully,
place.
it's like the earlier builds are easier. Fuck, if the earlier builds, because they keep on updating it.
Why don't you just like download a custom build and it's like the early
The earliest build only had 2 classes.
easy?
Yeah, but there's always updates, so they're always
No, I know.
changing. Like,
But like the
damage
earliest
and
build would
mana.
have been easier because
With the experience and knowledge you have now, when Bloodborne first gets released, you could be like Blood level 4. I'm gonna be the first one.
true.
That'd be
Damn.
some cool to
True.
do. You'd be like, they're gonna.
This guy's
they're-
insane.
He's like, what did you do? He's like, it's called a boss level 4.
Or you just like
you change
before
it.
Elden Ring just comes out, you have a strategy on how to beat the boss. Videos.
He just beat Tree Sentinel.
First try.
Video Game Awards. Stop the Bill Clinton kid. Save Miyazaki.
And be like, hey, no.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, but I would invest in stuffs like Apple and stuff like that, so like it can make me money throughout my whole life, and then I can just live well, and then eventually Bitcoin. The biggest
Oh
events for me.
yeah, that's tough too. The crypto
Before
bubble. Yeah. Get the gorillas.
I'd probably like, cause like if you buy it and hold on to it like the whole time, people would think it's strange. Like not too strange. Like it'd be like you fucking either new or you're super lucky. But I would probably buy it,
No one has to know.
buy a couple of, but they can see it blockchain, and then I would buy a couple of pizzas. Buy a couple of pizzas.
Don't sell it at its highest point. That would be kind of a red flag.
But it feels like it. Like if it went from like pennies. To
I would
bajillion?
sell it on the second one. So it raised up to what 30,000, and then it went up to 60,000. I'd sell it at 60,000 around that.
I just
price.
think that like certain things, like especially stock, if you do something and it just looks fishy, it brings up a red flag.
But what would they have to prove? Like if someone saw you do that, like
Right.
they'd be like, "What?"
I think it depends
Just
on
the
the
attention of it?
amount,
Yeah.
and it depends on.
So
You
if
can't win all the time.
if you do
Right.
just
No, but if you, let's say that's the one thing.
yeah,
you
that,
did.
it's gonna be the one thing. But the thing is, like, I think it'd be weird if on the blockchain you bought the fucking, the 1,000 or the 10,000 Bitcoin and just left it there the whole fucking time. I would buy like
So many people did that though.
right, but not in the beginning. Like before Bitcoin was a thing,
Yeah.
it was just like one Bitcoin was like about $1. And people
Even less.
were using as regular currency.
No,
so
but
they-
even before they were like, "Oh shit, this guy lost $1 gajillion because he forgot his crypto key."
I understand that, but like that was after it had gotten big. So like it was already worth $100,000, or sorry, not 100, hundreds of dollars when that guy started collecting his money, collecting like not collecting, but collecting the Bitcoins where he lost the thing or whatever. So
think
like,
that's fine.
and I would buy it early, but like in small quantities, buy a couple of like things, buy
I feel
pizza
like
and
the,
stuff like
the
that.
quantity thing could potentially be even fishier because they're like, there's a like why are they doing these increments?
But
versus
I-
just being like, fuck it, I'm going crazy.
No,
I'm
I'd just be
gambling.
like, I saw it as a form of currency, and I was more comfortable having the Bitcoin than the dollar that's losing value. And I just and slowly I would buying more increments because I got more comfortable holding that rather than my money.
I feel like especially you, it'd be very believable for you to be like, AI is the future. I'm all in.
That has nothing to do with AI.
Yeah, it does. It's the blockchain. You're like, they're gonna start putting these images in the digital space, and they're gonna be valuable. Watch. And they're like, fucking.
But
nuts out.
I do think it's weirder where if you have just one purchase of all these coins, and then you hold it for the rest of your life, it's kind of weird. So I would do increments, different amounts, and using it. So I would be losing some of those Bitcoin, and then eventually be like, you know what, this is a good deal. $100 here, $100 there. Eventually, just get 1,000.
Walter White.
That's it.
Yeah, I think. Well, at least in the show, that guy's bringing up so many red flags. I've been like, man, this guy's.
They
right.
never caught him.
I think he gets killed in the show. I think the character gets killed. They don't. He doesn't know. He can't remember what happens to the kid. He gets a headache, but I think the grandson gets killed because he buys fucking plot of land that's useless, and it turns out to be fucking expensive as fuck. He buys Amazon. No one wanted to buy it. It blows up. It's just like he's dodging all these fucking financial crises, and it's just like red flag, man.
What we should do, knowing this information, look at all the previous huge events, see who the one that benefited the most, and start following his ideas.
What you're supposed to do is you look at the website that shows what the politicians are buying stocks and do the same exact moves as they do.
But that's not even the thing, because politicians, they have to buy a variety of stocks. So that it's just they're just buying a lot of one stock. It doesn't mean it's gonna go up, but they're making it go up because they bond those stocks. It's a weird thing, but I don't think they're buying it because there is a future for that stock.
No, there's certain shit that they do that's kind of fishy. They sell.
Yeah,
they
I
should
agree.
Sell shit.
I agree.
Yeah,
There's a lot
'cause
of
they know-
insider
Yeah,
trading,
the
but
insider thing. Yeah.
I agree that. But I don't think every politician is doing that. It's just they have it
Successful
set
ones
where
are.
where their stuff they have accountants that automatically do these purchases. So a lot of the stocks that you would see, like, oh shit, they bought 1,000 of this stock. That's just because they're just trying to buy it to, like, reduce taxes or whatever the fuck that is. Sure. But because they bought 1,000, it's gonna go up because someone's looking at that website and checking it out.
Then GameStop comes around, changes the game.
I said on the podcast to buy GameStop stock. Nobody listened to me when it was $3.
You also said I'm not giving financial
but it was actually financial advice from the big short guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that thing for $3 way back when, but I didn't think it was ever gonna go up, so I sold it when I was at profit, and I only made like $30.
I told people to buy Facebook. Only one person listened to me fully.
Did you buy Facebook?
No.
Does he still have it? Do you know?
No, he sold it.
Oh, okay. Smart man.
Guys, where can people find you?
They can find me online, Cold Marmalade.
You can find me at Reborn Rich at The Last Bosses everywhere.
You can find me at Cujo Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. Remember, Cujo Prime tomorrow, State of the Union. We're going to talk. But we can all find ourselves. Episode 300. State of the Union. You hear the audio? It's fucking...
Oh, no, because we're on a podcast.
No, it's breaking. You got to put that audio up. Turn it up.
Watch again.
It's that BBC News. It's international.
Breaking news. State of the Union.
Yeah. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. Remember, next week, episode 300. Naked stream.
Damn. We have to figure something out.
The thumbnail is going to be 3 shirtless.
We doing Korean barbecue again? I can barbecue?
Wait, before?
Yeah.
That Monday?
On that day.
Well, we could do a weekend, if that works. We can talk about it, officer. We'll figure it out. It's going to be episode 300. That's all people need to know.
I mean, we can do Monday. I mean, it's going to be late.
Dude, we can figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yes, the Weekly DLC episode 300 coming up. Keep an eye out. This has been episode 299. Until next time, Will.
DLC.
You later.